Good day everyone! Welcome to Bahay Aralan. In this video, I will be sharing the things I did during my self-review in preparation for the board exam, which helped me pass and even bag the 10th place. Ayan po yung proofs. I'm sorry I had to cover my name kasi I wanted to stay anonymous. And if you believe me, especially those who are about to take their board exams, i-try nyo na lang pong panoorin ito. Malay nyo, may makukuha kayong tips na pwede nyo ring i-apply sa inyong pagre-review. So, what are we waiting for? Let's dive right into it. Number 1. I gathered as many reviewers as I could. To be honest, after graduation, I only had one reviewer, and I knew that it wasn't enough. So, I opted to borrow the reviewers of my friend who already passed the board exam. Lahat ng reviewers na meron siya, hiniram ko, kahit luma na. Kasi for me, wala naman talagang nakakaalam kung anong specific items ang lalabas sa board exam. Hinalungkat ko rin yung mga handouts ko, notes, and photocopies of books na pinabookbind ko nung college para mas marami akong babasahin. Number 2. Since I already had the materials, cheesy man pakinggan, pero I then made a commitment to myself that reviewing for the board exam would be my topmost priority. Kasi it would be the last stage na to getting a professional license, which would then help me land a permanent job and help my family. So I told myself na natiis ko nga yung 4 years na pag-aaral sa college. Ito pa kaya na more than 1 month lang? Kailangan ko nang itodo. And that commitment helped a lot because it somehow conditioned my mind and made myself ready to fully get into the whole process of reviewing. And it gave me the courage to not be tempted to do things that had nothing to do with my review. And kapag I felt tired and lost interest in reviewing, pag naalala ko yung commitment na yon, nagigilty ako and felt like I betrayed myself. So, it helped me refocus, regain my interest, and follow through. By the way, I only had more than 1 month to review kasi since hindi naman ako nag-enroll sa review center dahil walang perang pang-enroll, naghanap na lang ako ng short-term or project-based job. And I got so busy even during weekends. So, my review had been put off. Okay, number 3. Throughout my self-review, I stayed in a place with fewer distractions. I chose to stay in my sister's house where there was no television and internet connection and where I had no chores to do. Yung walang manguutos sa akin at hindi ako mahihiya na puro basa lang ang gagawin ko. In other words, I stayed in a place that would allow me to give my full attention to reviewing. Although I knew that having internet connection would also be helpful to me, especially in getting more information about a topic or an item in the reviewer na hindi ko masyadong alam. I still chose that way because I am the kind of person kasi who easily gets distracted, especially by the internet. Number 4. I set daily goals. I always planned my tasks for each day. It was like having a class schedule that I needed to follow. I had a target number of items to answer every day, the number of pages that I had to read in my handouts, or notes, or books, and the subjects to focus on. Setting daily goals made me stick with my plan and kept me on track. Number 5. I took down notes while reviewing. What were those notes? First, of course, the difficult questions. These were the questions or items in the reviewers that I had no idea about. Yung kaka-encounter ko lang na mga tanong and wala talaga akong alam kung ano ang mga yon. Second, I'd like to call them the trivia questions. Like questions about important personalities, places, events, discoveries, and the like. For example, who is the father of modern psychology? Or what is the largest moon of Jupiter? By the way, lumabas ang tanong na ito sa exam namin. Third, mathematical formulas like the perimeter, area, volume, and others. Gumawa pa nga ako ng table para dyan. Ganito po yung format na ginawa ko. Pinagtabi-tabi ko sila para mas organized at madaling makita or makompare yung kaibahan ng formulas. At ganun din yun sa iba pang figures. And di rin ako nagsisi kasi may mga lumabas na items sa exam namin on finding the area or perimeter. And fourth, ni-note ko rin yung mga unfamiliar or confusing words or terms and their meanings. For example, assessment for learning, assessment of learning, and assessment as learning. Medyo confusing, di ba? And take note, lumabas din ang mga ito nung exam namin. And what did I do with those notes? Pagkatapos kong masagutan yung target number of items sa araw na iyon, I would go over those notes and syempre, minimemorize ko. I also made notes on the topics that I needed more information about. Para pag uwi ko sa amin at may internet na, magre-research ako tungkol sa mga topic na yun. Sa reviewer kasi, minsan or madalas, hindi ini-explain kung bakit yan ang sagot. Nakalagay lang ang answer key sa dulo ng reviewer. Okay, number 6. I focused more on my wrong answers. What does it mean? After kong matapos sagutan yung target number of items, binabalikan ko yung mga items na mali yung sagot ko. Sinasagutan ko ulit until tama na lahat. And dun sa items na tama ang answers ko, I would not go over them again as it means na I already knew those things. Number 7. I took time to rest. Kailangan talaga eh. But I had no fixed break time for each day, except for lunch of course. My break time would depend on the subject and how difficult the questions were in the reviewer. If I felt like my eyes were strained already, or I got information overload, as I could no longer take in new information, I would stop reviewing and take some rest. It's either I would take a nap, or take a walk, or chit-chat with my sister's neighbors. Taking some rest made me feel recharged or refreshed and be ready to hit the books again. Number 8 and the last. A few days before the board exam, I guess 3 or 4 or 5 days before the exam, I stopped reviewing already. Para di ma-overwork or ma-stress yung utak ko. What I did instead was I prepared the things I had to bring on the examination day. I also visited the examination site because I was not familiar with the location. And because I am Catholic and a believer of miracles and the power of prayers, I visited the shrine, lit candles there, and prayed for God's and Mama Mary's guidance, help, and grace. And sure enough, the grace was given to me. I passed and even topped the exam, and I considered it a miracle. So, those were basically the things I did in preparation for my board exam. And I hope na may napulot kayong input or inputs na maaaring makatulong sa pag-take ninyo ng board exam. Good luck and thank you for watching. Stay safe!